Earlier this year, I did something most people would think is totally unnecessary. I started over. I have a channel with over 150,000 subscribers, silver play button, real momentum, and I started a brand new channel from absolute zero. No audience, no cross promotion. I didn't tell a single person about it, not even my friends or family. And you might ask, why would I do that? You already have a channel that's working. And by the way, I just started even another channel last week in a completely different business niche. So here's why I'm doing this. Because I want to prove a few different things. I want to give myself a real-time education on YouTube and not just talk about what I think might work. I want to actually do it in today's YouTube environment with all the AI content and low views and more people watching on their TVs, so that every entrepreneur watching this channel can see the best practice of starting a channel from zero and then building it up. This is one of my case studies. It's giving me practical knowledge of how YouTube works. So when I want to talk to people, I can provide better value. And what I want to share on this channel is not more recycled advice or what you can find on ChatGPT. It's what I'm doing as I'm building actual YouTube channels from the ground up. Now stay with me because this will definitely help you. And I'm also going to talk about how it might be time to start a new channel or move some of your content to a new channel if it no longer fits the target persona of what your channel is about. And this isn't just me. I'm seeing many big creators who are quietly starting over, new accounts, fresh channels. And it's not because they failed, it's because they got locked in. Their primary channel got so dialed in on one topic that the algorithm now has this fixed idea of who their audience is. The moment they try something different, it flops. And every flop drags down everything else they've already built. That's the trap. These people spent years building an audience for a version that no longer exists. YouTube has changed, and many things don't work like they used to. Here's a mistake I see too often, and I've made this mistake myself. People start a YouTube channel the way they'd start a social media account. They just start posting. They think they'll find their voice somewhere along the way. They test different things. They get totally random and see what sticks. And then 6 months goes by. They've uploaded 25 videos, and they're staring at a channel that doesn't really make sense to an outside viewer. The topics are all over the place. The algorithm has no idea who to show it to. The audience doesn't know what to expect or why they should even come back. And then they wonder why this YouTube thing isn't working. I spent 2 full years making that mistake. 2 years. And I had a super small audience and the wrong strategy. And I paid for it, slowly, painfully, until I figured out what I should have done from the very beginning. So let me give you the roadmap I wish I had, the exact approach, month by month, if I could go back and do it over again. I went from 1,000 to 100,000 subscribers in about 8 months. Once I got my foundation solid and crystal clear on what I wanted the channel to become. And I'm not giving up on that other channel, even though I've not made any new content in almost 7 months. And I'll go back to it when I have more time. And that in itself will be another case study. What I've learned is that building a YouTube channel in today's world, it's not a content problem. It's an architecture problem. Most people jump straight to, what should I make videos about? But that's actually one of the lesser questions you should be asking. The first questions, the one that determine whether this whole thing works, happen way before you ever turn on a camera. So here's how I'd structure it. 3 phases: foundation, signal building, and compounding. Let me walk you through each one. Phase 1, foundation. This is before you upload anything. And this is the phase most people skip. And it's why most channels fail and why I talk so much about this. Before I uploaded a single video to this channel, I spent a couple weeks locked in on 3 things. And I want you to do the same. First, your value statement. This is non-negotiable. The formula is simple. I help who get what without negative method through how. For this channel, mine is, I help ambitious entrepreneurs get more clients without paid ads through YouTube. That statement does 3 things. It keeps me focused on what I'm building, it tells viewers exactly what they're going to get, and it tells YouTube YouTube precisely who to show the content to. If you can't say your value statement out loud in one clear sentence, without hesitating, without needing to explain yourself, stop everything and fix that first. Because if you can't articulate your value, the algorithm definitely can't. And when I say value, I mean, what does the viewer get that benefits their life? Number 2 is target persona. This is not my audience is entrepreneurs. That's too vague. Your target persona is one specific person. You need to know what they think about at 3 in the morning, what problems keep them up, what they've already tried that didn't work, what they're afraid of, what they want more than anything else. Get obsessive about this. The more clearly you can see this one person, the more every video you make will feel like it was made specifically for them. And when viewers feel like they're seen, they subscribe, they share, and they come back. And it doesn't matter what your niche is, every channel has an identifiable target persona. Number 3, your first 10 video strategy. Before you film video number 1, know what videos 2 through 10 are going to be. Sequence them, build an arc. Think about it like a Netflix series. Each episode should give the viewer a reason to watch the next one. And this does something very critical for the algorithm. When you upload 10 videos in the same super clear lane, YouTube learns faster what your channel's about and who to show it to. The algorithm gets conditioned much faster if your first 10 videos are not all over the place. And before your first upload, optimize your channel metadata, your banner, your channel description, your handle, your channel keywords. These are the first signal the algorithm sees. Give Google every possible advantage. I planned out my first 10 videos before I even set up this channel. And I believe that is why I was able to get to 1,000 subscribers and get monetized at video number 7. So I know it can work, even in highly competitive niches like YouTube growth. Phase 2, this is signal building. Okay, your foundation is locked in. Now you start uploading. And here's what I want you to let go during this phase: the view count. I know it's hard. I know every time you publish a video, you're going to be checking the analytics every few hours. We all do this. But the view count in the first 30 days of a new channel tells you almost nothing. What you're actually doing in this phase is conditioning the algorithm. You're building the data set it needs to understand your content and your audience. Every video you upload during this phase is adding more steel and concrete to your foundation. You can't see it from the street level, but underground, everything is happening. Here's what to focus on instead of views during phase 2. Watch time and retention. Are people staying? Where are they dropping off? That tells you where your content is losing them and where to make a change. The next is comment quality. The comment that shows someone watched your video long enough to get compelled to say something. And your own skills development. Is each video easier to make than the last? Is your delivery getting more natural? Is the creation process improving? Are your scripts better? This is real progress, even when the numbers don't show it yet. And keep your packaging sharp throughout this phase. Test different thumbnail styles. Try different title structures. Let the data tell you what's working, not your personal preference. And don't be afraid to ask people on your channel what thumbnail they prefer. I did this in my community here on this channel, and what you told me improved my CTR over 1% on a few videos. Phase 3, compounding. This is where the building starts rising. You did phase 1 and phase 2 right. Now your foundation is solid and your signals are clean. And something starts to shift around month 4 or 5. Videos that sat quiet start to find an audience. One video gets a small push from the algorithm and performs differently than everything before it. And you suddenly start to understand what your audience is actually responding to. In phase 3, you double down on what's working. You identify the topics, the formats, and the messaging that generated the most engagement, and you build more of that. But, and this is critical, you don't abandon your strategy. You refine it. There's a big difference. Abandoning strategy means starting over, chasing a new niche because something else got more views, or completely changing your style because you saw another creator doing something different. Refining strategy means taking what's already working and making it sharper. Tighter messaging, better packaging, deeper content on the topics your audience already has told you that they care about. Phase 3 is also where you introduce your conversion architecture, your channel trailer, your lead magnet, your software soft CTAs, your playlist, all designed to keep people watching and move them to something, a logical next step. Because by now you've built enough trust with your audience that when you invite them into a conversation, they're ready to have it. I want to tell you something that I don't hear enough people talking about. The reason most YouTube channels fail, especially today, isn't the algorithm. It's not the competition or oversaturation. It's not bad lighting or bad luck. It's impatience. And I've lived this. In fact, I'm preaching to myself right now. People treat month 2 or 3 on YouTube like it should look like month 12. And when it doesn't, they pivot. They start changing things. And then a few months later, they change more things. The people who are finding success right now, the ones who are building real channels and real businesses, they're not more talented than you. They're not luckier. They're just further along in a process that every single person who builds something real has to go through. I look back at my first channel now, and I think about all the time I wasted pivoting and chasing tactics instead of trusting a process. And the most painful part, if I'd started this way, foundation, then signal building, then compounding, I'd be years ahead of where I am. And if I had the time to double my content, I'd even be further ahead. So don't make the mistakes I made. Start right. Build the foundation before you build the floors. And then trust that once the foundation is solid, the building goes up fast. If you want to go deeper on any of this, the value statement, your target persona, the first 10 video strategy, I have a free YouTube growth guide linked in the description below. I've built it around the same framework I use when I work one-on-one with business owners at Ninth Ambition. 36 questions that will get you crystal clear on the right strategy. And if you want to talk through your specific situation, your niche, your offer, your channel, click the link and let's get on a 30-minute call. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a conversation about where you are now and where you want to go. So here's what I want you to walk away with. YouTube does not have to be a mystery. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not about going viral or getting lucky or finding that one magic tactic that changes everything. It's an architecture or a timing issue. But when you build it correctly, send the right signals, and let the compounding do its work, everything changes. And I'll say one more thing. I believe there's never been a better time to start. The platform today rewards authenticity more than ever. It rewards depth more than ever. I get more conversion on this channel with 1,500 subscribers than I do on my other one with 150,000 subscribers. And depth is what all of us should be looking for. I believe YouTube rewards entrepreneurs who show up with a real message for a real audience more than it ever has before. Your audience is out there. They're looking for exactly what you have to offer. The only question is whether you're going to build a channel that helps them find you. I appreciate you watching this all the way through, and I recommend you watch this one next.